Okay, I'll make this the last song of the night. I'd love to play for another hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, but unfortunately I've got to get up for work tomorrow morning at 5:30 in the morning to drive for an hour to get to Sudbury from Diss, which is unfortunate from my point of view, really. Wish I could find a job in Norwich, but there ain't no jobs in Norwich for me anyway. So that's what I have to do. So I'll make this one the last one, but I'd like to thank Charlie and all the staff behind the counter for allowing me this privileged opportunity to play this wonderful piano, which I love very much. I love coming back to play this piano. It's like a friend of mine now. The song I'm going to play for you to finish is called Shipbuilding. It was written by Elvis Costello. I'd like to take you back to the early 1980s when Margaret Thatcher was in government, and early 1980s we had the Falklands conflict. They called it the Falklands conflict. Everybody else would call it the war in South America, but we called it the conflict. And a lot of the shipyards in Liverpool were put out of business in the early 1980s, and a lot of people were made redundant. But then the Falklands War happened, and they needed to kit all these ships out to go to war in, obviously, as we know, in South America. So for a short while, all these redundant shipbuilders had a job to go to, but it was very short-lived. And obviously it wasn't without the consequences of many people dying over there in South America. Anyway, the song's called Shipbuilding. Is it worth it? A new winter coat and shoes for the wife, and a bicycle on the boy's birthday. It's just a rumor that was spread around town by the women and children. Soon we'll be shipbuilding. Well, I ask you, boys said that they're going to take me to task, but I'll be back by Christmas. It's just a rumor that was spread around town. Somebody said that someone got filled in for saying that people get killed in the result of this shipbuilding. With all the will in the world, diving for dear life, when we could be diving for pearls. Just a rumor that was spread around town, telegram or a picture postcard. Within weeks they'll be reopening the shipyards and notifying the next of kin. Once again, it's all we're skilled in. We will be shipbuilding. With all the will in the world, diving for dear life. When we could be diving for pearl. It's all we're skilled in. We will be shipbuilding. in the world, diving for dear life. When we could be diving for pearls. When we could be diving for pearls. Thank you, and that's the end of the session for me. Thank you and good night.